In the glittering world of gold mining, where fortunes are dug from the heart of the earth, one name stands out: Rick Ness. Known for his uncanny ability to strike gold, Rick has etched his legacy in the Klondike's history. But hold on. This time, Rick's journey takes an unexpected turn. He faces a pivotal moment that could reshape his mining future. What life-altering decision has Rick made, and how will it steer the course of his gold-hunting saga? There's more. Brace yourselves for the arrival of an inspiring figure, ready to lend a helping hand in Rick's most challenging hour. Who is this mystery person, and how will they impact Rick's quest for gold? Join us to delve into a mining adventure like never before that will lead to Rick's biggest gold haul ever. Success isn't just about luck, it's about rolling up your sleeves and putting in the hard work. That's something that the indomitable Rick Ness believes in. Now, he finds himself facing a daunting challenge. A gold production goal that seems to be slipping through his fingers. Despite the hefty investments in top-tier equipment, Rick is dealing with machinery issues. Different hurdles are emerging, putting a wrench in the gears of progress, but the twists and turns in this mining saga don't end there. On top of all that, Rick is at a crossroads, facing a crucial decision about the ownership of the land. But the heart of the challenge lies in the earth itself. The act of digging and extracting precious gold from the depths becomes a battle against time and nature. It's a struggle that Rick faces head-on, with determination etched on his face. In the vast expanse of the mining frontier, Rick Ness is facing a pivotal moment in his gold-hunting journey. Having staked his entire season on a daring move, a deep cut that promised a potential $5 million in gold, the reality is not living up to the glittering dream. The 190-foot deep cut, the bold gamble that could lead to a substantial payday, is yet to yield the expected results. The goal is 2,000 ounces of gold, but this weight of the goal hangs heavy on Ness's shoulders, not just for the sake of his crew, but for his own survival in the unforgiving world of gold mining. A world into which Rick has poured his heart, soul, and a considerable amount of resources, expecting a gold rush that would make headlines. However, the reality is a bit different. The very ground he walks on holds the key to his mining empire's destiny. However, the landowner has different plans for Rick. Troy Taylor, who is the owner of Duncan Creek, the claim on which Rick is working under the lease, pays an unexpected visit to Rick, who is already under stress for not meeting the gold production goal. Cutting right to the chase, Rick questions the purpose behind Taylor's unanticipated visit, and Taylor, without beating around the bush, dives straight into the heart of the matter. His revelation hangs in the air, laden with potential implications. He wants to sell the Duncan Creek. Rick is now confronted with a significant personal decision. The prospect of owning his own ground looms large, and the gravity of this choice could reshape the entire trajectory of his mining journey. Imagine the dilemma. On one side, the security of owning the land beneath which potential fortunes lie, and on the other, the challenge of meeting the production goals with the clock ticking. It's a decision that could either propel Rick into a new era of mining success or add another layer of complexity to his already intricate venture. But that's not the interesting part. Taylor, with a matter-of-fact demeanor, reveals the terms. $250,000 as a down payment, equivalent to 150 ounces of gold. Now that's how you make a deal with the gold diggers. Surprised by the unexpected proposition, Rick finds himself deep in thought. The idea of owning the very land he's been working on is both appealing and overwhelming. Unsure about every bucket of pay dirt contributes to their season's ambitious gold goal. Whether it's fixing up equipment or helping out in the wash plant, Rick's dad becomes a key part of the team. His experience and hands-on approach bring a new burst of energy, making sure every part of the mining process works like a well-oiled machine. The teamwork between father and son turns challenges into victories. Together, they tackle the ups and downs of mining life, using their combined knowledge to handle whatever comes their way. As Monster Red chews through the pay dirt, it's not just the machines doing the heavy lifting. It's the power of a united team working towards those big gold goals. Despite the challenges, including equipment breakdowns and a flooded cut, the team is determined to reach the season's gold target of 2,000 ounces. The camaraderie between Rick and his dad becomes evident as they tackle repairs together. From fixing machinery issues to maintaining equipment, it's a hands-on collaboration that highlights the importance of a reliable support system. Rick's dad, a testament to the saying, "Actions speak louder than words," embodies the spirit of a true partner in this challenging gold mining journey. Even with the valuable assistance from his dad, Rick finds himself caught in a web of challenges that extend beyond the immediate repairs. In the pursuit of the elusive gold goal and land ownership, Rick must not only contend with mechanical hurdles but also navigate the intricate dynamics of the gold mining world. Each step forward requires a careful calculation, a strategic move, and a relentless determination to overcome whatever obstacles lay in his path. The journey is far from over, and the suspense continues to build as Rick strives to turn his mining dream into a golden reality. And to achieve his dream, he has to beat the cold. As winter's chill creeps in, Rick Ness finds himself standing at the crossroads of a critical decision: how to increase gold production before the icy grip of winter puts a freeze on their operations. Feeling the weight of the looming goal and the pressure to deliver, Rick huddles with his crew, including Kyle Lawson, a newcomer to the gold mining scene with an ironworking background. What steps can Rick take to boost production before the ground freezes and winter poses a threat to his gold mining goals? So, in a bold move, Rick proposes a plan that could potentially change the game. He suggests the simultaneous operation of both wash plants, Monster Red and the Trusty Rocky. It's a strategy that, if executed flawlessly, could significantly elevate their gold output. Kyle Lawson, despite being relatively new to the gold mining arena, is entrusted with the responsibility of operating one of the wash plants solo. Can Rick's trusted crew member, Kyle Lawson, uphold the trust placed in him and assist Rick in achieving his dream gold haul? Well, the announcement hung in the air and the crew sensed the gravity of the situation, and Kyle, with a mix of nerves and determination, accepted the challenge. Operating a wash plant alone can be quite overwhelming, especially for someone still getting the hang of things. The potential challenges, especially the threat of tailings causing blockages, are significant concerns. Duncan Creek is ready for a high-stakes operation. With determination etched on his face, Kyle makes his way to the wash plant. The rhythmic hum of the machinery echoes through the mining site as Kyle navigates through the controls, juggling the intricate dance of equipment and pay dirt. The crew watches with bated breath, unsure of what the outcome will be. Despite the initial nervousness, Kyle begins to find his rhythm. The wash plant responds to his commands, and the pay dirt starts flowing smoothly. The potential catastrophe of tailings causing a shutdown becomes a distant worry as Kyle defies the odds and keeps the operation running like a well-oiled machine. Another problem solved, and now just one to go, till Rick smoothens his journey towards his goal. Rick Ness is facing another tough challenge that could make or break his entire season. The crew has been digging for 10 weeks, and finally, they hit the good pay layer they've been aiming for. But there's a major setback. The whole area is flooded with 6 feet of water. To tackle this problem, Rick decides to bring in a robust 10-inch pump, generously provided by the landowner, Troy Taylor. The team gets to work, setting up the pump with hopes that it can handle the large volume of water in the cut. Success with the pump is crucial because it's the key to drying out the area, enabling them to get to the valuable pay dirt below. Despite facing obstacles, including the hefty... At the height of the gold rush, Rick Ness was one of the most successful miners. He lost his mind when a rookie mechanic fixed his $1 million excavator. A little boy did fix his $1 million machine. We will look at the details and ups and downs of Rick Ness's mining operations in this video. We will see how the seasons changed, how technology broke down, and how driven Ness was to find rare gold. Come with us as we look at the exciting shows, with a focus on how Rick Ness's never-ending search for wealth in the hard desert changes, succeeds, and fails. In his never-ending search for money, Rick finds himself traveling into uncharted territory because he thinks he has found his most important goal yet. His huge machine for moving dirt is gone, and his team is getting smaller. The odds are against him. When Rick realizes how serious the situation is and posts that a skilled mechanic is needed right away, it's a turning point. Now, a 20-year-old student becomes an important figure because he is asked to show off his skills by building the complex, multi-million-dollar 750 backhoe. The apprentice carefully attaches the bucket and 750 bookstick, showing how complicated the job is. They were moved safely by a movable base set to a small gauge. The thought of having to deal with Duncan Creek's various terrain adds another level of difficulty. Torsten, the apprentice, changes the tracks expertly by slowly loosening the bolts that hold the chassis in place. He cleverly positions the digger with the help of the boom, showing how creative the team is when things go wrong. The 750's bucket is particularly impressive because it is so big. It's 3 times bigger than the 480's. Time is important for Rick and his team because they work in less than a half week. Their staff is only 4 people, and they don't have a fixed driver. Rick's earlier success, in which he made an average of just over 70 ounces of gold per week, is very different from this situation. The problems that are coming up show how strong, flexible, and determined the team is as they keep going after their huge gold goal. The group is aware that Carl, the gold miner, is not there and stresses how important he is to fixing machine problems. They both hope Carl gets better and are worried about taking care of the equipment's upkeep without a trained tech. Most people agree that Torsten's ability to put together the 750 digger was a turning point that made the mining business a lot better. At this time of year, it's hard for Rick to find a plumber, so he's thankful that Torsten helped him right away. As the team gathers for the weekly gold weigh, Rick talks about the effects of having a smaller staff and the need for a worker to fix problems with the pumps. Even with all of these problems, the crew stays friends, and they raise a glass to the amazing gold crop that only 4 crew members, including the new Torsten, were able to handle. The story shows how flexible, determined, and flexible the crew was in getting past problems so they could reach their gold mining goals. The team is still dealing with the problems of the season. They are looking ahead with a mix of determination and confidence as the successful end of the gold weight has given them hope. And yet, none of these problems affect Rick in any way. In fact, they might even be a good thing. We can see that Brennan has a hard time because he can't find any good land. He doesn't care and takes a wild guess as to where a new cut should be made. Almost magically, the chosen area is cleaned up and fully open in a matter of seconds. When people find possible gold in a test pan, they decide to call the new site the Bacon Strip. During the gold rush, there is a tense moment when the parking brake on a rock truck gets caught on a pile of pay dirt. Even though the rescue is shown with dramatic music and quick cuts, the story makes fun of the fact that, to everyone's surprise, no one dies. The episode ends with a smooth cleanup that yields a respectable 75.92 ounces of gold. But things change in the gold rush game when Rick's team goes through a number of staff changes. Riley is the rock truck driver he gets right away after losing the first one. A slightly inflated story about a rock truck losing a tire shows how the crew reacted to what turned out to be a pretty small problem. The following day takes a surprising turn when Riley, the new driver, suddenly disappears. The crowd gets to see Rick's girlfriend learn how to drive a rock truck after she offers to take over. As a joke, the announcer calls this part of the show the perfect blend of boredom and boredom. Rick finds another 47 ounces of gold just as cleanup time is about to start. This brings his season total to 502 ounces. When Riley comes back the next day, he has a huge scar across his face. And the story continues. He gives an account that includes a fight, a trip to the hospital, and having his phone taken away by the police. Even though things didn't go as planned, Rick is glad to have Riley back with the team. The crew's original happiness and excitement quickly faded when they realized there was a major problem. There was a sudden wave of fear among the team, because that's when they found out there was a crack between the plant and the pre-wash that opened up without warning, and let water out, which is very bad for the mining operation. Figuring out why there is warning is easy once the 2 9-inch steel pins that were joined. In the high-stakes world of gold mining, Parker Schnabel's relentless quest for success has taken him down an adventurous road this season on Gold Rush. In the spirit of Wayne Gretzky, who once said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take," Parker rolled the dice by spending a whopping $15 million in the Dominion Creek claim. This courageous move, however, has proven to be a risky trip. The journey to Schnabel's ambitious target of 5,000 ounces has been everything but straightforward. With a new wash plant added to the mix, the challenges have grown, pushing both his resources and team to the limit. The questions are being raised about Parker Schnabel's decisions, and the fans are awaiting answers. Parker Schnabel, the ambitious gold miner, having accomplished the notable milestone of 4,400 ounces, is gearing up to unveil a revolutionary addition to his operation. This carefully planned and eagerly anticipated move is strategically crafted to exceed the remarkable goal of 5,000 ounces. Viewers, who have been anxiously awaiting a sneak peek at Parker's latest wash plant, can finally see their desires realized in this new and thrilling installment. The anticipation is over, and Parker Schnabel has revealed his new wash plant. The new plant, known as Roxanne, takes the front stage in Parker Schnabel's quest for gold, serving as the focal point of his exciting adventure. Parker intentionally places Roxanne at the forefront of his persistent hunt for gold, driven by a firm desire to maximize efficiency and productivity. This cutting-edge wash plant represents more than simply a tool in Parker's inventory. It is a critical component that might potentially change the course of his gold mining venture. This cutting-edge wash plant represents not only an incredible technological improvement, but also the result of extensive research and careful consideration. Parker's quest for rock sand began in the 5th season of Gold Rush Parker's Trail in New Zealand, when he investigated numerous wash plant alternatives, examining each one with extreme diligence. The approach included evaluating new ideas and even visiting successful miners, such as Ian White, demonstrating Parker's dedication to finding the best fit for his operations. The 3rd episode of this journey featured a floating machine wash plant, which was considered the most technologically advanced in the world at the time. Despite its advanced technology and efficiency, the hard terrain near Fairbanks made it unsuitable. Parker remained resilient, examining several solutions until he decided to create his own wash plant. This marked the start of a 2-year process in which Parker and his team worked relentlessly to bring rock sand to life. The years of planning and development demonstrate Parker Schnabel's commitment to pushing limits and responding to the changing demands of the gold mining business. Roxanne exhibits cutting-edge technologies, revolutionizing the gold mining scene. With cutting-edge features, this wash facility represents a new era of efficiency and precision in Parker Schnabel's pursuit of gold. Roxanne's creative design and enhanced capabilities demonstrate a commitment to pushing the boundaries and embracing cutting-edge mining technologies. As we dig into the intricate details of Roxanne, the spotlight shines on the technological marvel that is set to revolutionize Parker's gold mining journey in unprecedented ways. Before getting into further details, let's have a look at the working of the wash plant. A wash plant is actually an important equipment in gold mining that extracts and concentrates precious minerals, primarily gold, from alluvial deposits. Its major function is to extract these valuable minerals from the surrounding sediment, gravel, and rocks using a combination of water, gravity, and mechanical methods. First, raw material, a mixture of dirt, gravel, and rocks, is fed into the wash plant. Them are found to be missing. But even though this is a worrying development, no one seems to care. The crew makes 2 new pins to fix the problem. As the team tries to get past the hurdles, more problems come up because rocks can pass through the holes in the screen deck. In an effort to save the situation, they glue steel plates over the holes. It's too bad that the cleanup only turns up 40.64 ounces of gold. At this point, everyone is upset about how limited their current wash plant is. Strangely, there was no reason for why Rick wasn't using Monster Red, the wash plant he had worked hard to fix up over the off-season. The mining team has to make some tough choices that are getting more and more interesting as time goes on. Now though, Rick seems to have forgotten how much work he put into Monster Red over the winter when Freddie and Juan show up to fix his wash plant. It takes 4 days, but they quickly put in the new punch plates Rick bought, even though they are a bit too thin. Surprisingly, Freddie and Juan are able to solve the problem without any problems at all with a little help from Chris. As Freddie and Juan work on the repair, the story moves smoothly and shows off their skill and knowledge. The lack of excitement in this method is very different from the problems that happen in the gold mine business. After 1 day of work, everything is fixed without any major issues. The team cleans up the campfire and finds 17.27 ounces of gold. When Rick wakes up the next morning, his bacon strip shows that there is no pay dirt. It's brave of him to decide to go back to the deep cut even though no gold was found there last year. He has a strong feeling that all the gold in the cut might be concentrated under his access road, and that feeling is very important. As they look into the deep dig, they quickly find 2 rocks, which is seen as a good sign that there is a lot of gold there. Then something strange happens. The cut is supposed to start filling with groundwater, even though everything else is dry, until Rick breaks a berm on purpose and floods the area. Additionally, they make things more difficult by using a pump to remove water from the dry area to smooth things out. Even though the digging process was hard, 126.86 ounces of gold were found after everything was cleaned up. Good luck, Rick. Your season total now stands at 687.68 ounces, showing that you have the toughness and adaptability needed to work in the volatile world of gold mine. But things get interesting when Rick puts Brennan on the Rally Valley night shift. During the first night shift, a rock truck breaks down, but it is fixed well. Brennan has to peel the next night, which is called Glacier Till. Foreman Brennan is promoted by Rick the next day after a short break in the story. People are left thinking about the possible interesting things that were said but not done during Brennan's night shift and promotion, since the recap jokes about leaving out the more interesting parts. The story is now following Rick as he digs deeper into Rally Valley, a bright future filled with golden possibilities. For those of you who are the new fans and followers of everyone's favorite gold rush, Parker Schnabel is a well-known figure in the reality TV series Gold Rush, which follows the struggles and adventures of gold miners in search of money. Parker was born on July 22, 1994, in Haines, Alaska, and is well known for his ambitious and tenacious approach to gold mining. His participation in the gold rush began as a teenager, when he joined the family business run by his grandfather, John Schnabel. Parker grew from an amateur miner to a seasoned and successful gold digger during the series. Parker is known for his analytical and strategic thinking, and he has demonstrated leadership abilities while directing mining operations in difficult terrain. His remarkable accomplishments include setting the record for the youngest miner to produce 1,000 ounces of gold in a single season. In the world of Gold Rush, Parker Schnabel's role goes beyond the mere pursuit of gold. It's about tackling the challenges that come with mining, dealing with the unpredictable nature of the industry, and facing crucial decisions head-on. Viewers are drawn not just to the glimmer of gold, but to Parker's unwavering determination, strong work ethic, and his ability to adapt to whatever the mining world throws at him. His character stands out, making him a central and beloved figure in the show. Whether it's overcoming technical obstacles or uncovering significant gold deposits, Parker Schnabel continues to be a driving force in the evolving narrative of the Gold Rush. Getting more into the details of the Gold Rush, as we talked about at the start, Parker signed a jaw-dropping $15 million check, securing Dominion Creek. It's a vast, untapped expanse that holds the promise of 80,000 ounces of gold, a potential $160 million jackpot. And this new wash plant is a crucial part in discovering the creek. But everything comes up with its own challenges. Now, the big surprise is that the gold in Dominion Creek is really deep, like 40 feet deep. That means Parker Schnabel has to spend even more money to dig it all up. It's a massive decision for him because he's throwing down a whopping $15 million for this untapped gold mine. This isn't just a regular choice, it's a tough situation where he has to weigh the possibility of hitting it big against the risk of losing a ton of money. So, Schnabel is at a crossroads, facing a challenging dilemma that could either bring him incredible success or a serious financial setback. In a recent interview with People, Schnabel shared a candid moment, expressing that they were at a crucial crossroads, debating whether to take on more significant risks by investing a substantial amount in new ground or opt for downsizing. The interview delves into the decision-making process, emphasizing the weight of such choices in the context of gold mining. Schnabel openly discusses the internal struggle, recognizing the profound impact on his team, who depend on him for their livelihoods. His straightforward account provides a glimpse into the complexities and challenges faced by gold miners, adding a compelling layer to the Gold Rush narrative. Parker Schnabel, the experienced gold miner, openly discusses the internal struggle he faced in a recent interview. He emphasizes his priority of keeping his crew intact over downsizing, acknowledging the challenges of maintaining a successful business. Schnabel highlights the importance of generating significant revenue, emphasizing the need for both ample ground and gold ounces to support their substantial operation. The fear of disrupting a well-established crew adds a personal touch to Schnabel's pursuit of gold, underscoring the high stakes involved in his ambitious endeavors. As Parker Schnabel ventures into the challenges of this significant investment, a pivotal question arises. Was Dominion Creek truly worth the $15 million risk? Schnabel, pragmatically approaching the query, responds that as far as if it was worth it, we'll see. He asserts that Dominion Creek is a long-term investment, emphasizing that its actual profitability will unfold over the years to come. The compelling episodes capture Schnabel's bold decision amid uncertainty, keeping viewers on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the unpredictable twists and turns that await in the world of the gold rush. As Parker faces the challenges of the mining industry, Roxanne stands out as a light of innovation and efficiency, promising to play a critical role in molding the outcomes of this season's gold mining operations. The expectations surrounding Roxanne's performance heightens fans' excitement, laying the groundwork for a season of revolutionary accomplishments and the promise of record-setting gold yields. As we wrap up this thrilling journey into the heart of Gold Rush and witness Parker Schnabel's bold introduction of the game-changing wash plant Roxanne, it's undeniable that we're in for an exhilarating season filled with highs and challenges. The debut of Roxanne marked a pivotal moment in Parker's relentless pursuit of gold, and we've seen the wash plant face its share of setbacks and triumphs. From the initial assembly to the dramatic first run, Roxanne has proven to be more than just a piece of machinery. It's a symbol of innovation and determination in the unpredictable world of gold mining. Parker's commitment to pushing boundaries and maximizing efficiency is evident in every aspect of this groundbreaking wash plant. As we eagerly anticipate the upcoming episodes, one can't help but marvel at the potential record-breaking gold yields that Roxen promises to deliver. The 56.85 ounces from its inaugural run are just a glimpse into what could be a season filled with unprecedented achievements. So join us next time as we continue to follow Parker Schnabel and his crew through the twists and turns of Gold Rush Season 14. Will Roxanne live up to its potential? And how will Parker navigate the challenges that lie ahead? Stay tuned for more gold, more drama, and more excitement in the world of Gold Rush. 19% of his gold in the last 4 weeks of the season. This is an amazing feat of gold mining. Overall, it was a great search, but do you remember when Rick's girlfriend showed up and saved the day? Lise, Rick's girlfriend, helps out a team member who is hurt. Rick's co-worker got lost in the mine madness of the bacon strip, but Elise's surprise truck skills turned things around. Rick now has 502 ounces of gold for the season, which was worth over $900,000. The crew won with 47 ounces of gold. To get to lower, nugget-rich ground, Rick Ness sped through the bacon strip at Duncan Creek. Riley, his new partner, wasn't at work, and he couldn't get in touch with him or tell him when he would be back. This made him angry. It made Rick feel bad, especially after a hard year. With only 2 rock trucks, Rocky could not work at full speed. Elise, Rick's girlfriend, offered to drive trucks to help. Rick gave it some thought, but in the end chose to let her learn with crews. Elise amazed everyone by being able to handle the basics and even learn more harder lessons, even though she had never been digging before. Rocky was back with 3 trucks, and Elise was driving one of them to help them move forward. Once again, Rick was pleased to see that the crew had reached 47 ounces of gold, which is more than $145,000. Rick has now caught 502 ounces this season, which is worth more than $900,000. This is a big accomplishment for the small group. The show ended with a funny moment where the crew made fun of Elise for something she did on the rock truck that no one saw coming. The Ness team has their best mining week yet, making almost $300,000. When Monster Red lost efficiency because of a problem with the pipeline, Rick Ness was put in a tough spot. And surprising 181 ounces of gold were found in just 70 hours, thanks to a quick fix for a finger trap and quick thought. Rick is now hoping that he will reach the rare 2,000-ounce mark. There was a lot of competition for Rick Ness to win the 2,000-ounce prize, which was the biggest award of the season. But because of problems with the seat conveyor, Monster Red dropped from moving 300 yards of dirt per hour to moving only 200 yards of dirt per hour. Its once efficient operation came to a sudden stop. Rick was afraid that he might lose gold, so he called a company right away and prayed that they could fix it quickly. There was still a lot of yardage left in the season, so Rick knew how important it was to fix this right away. During a very important meeting, Rick told Proctor Barry and Scott Ezekiel about the problem of rocks going back down the conveyor belt more slowly. It was suggested that a finger trap, which is a frame with 8 metal fingers, be built to catch rocks and let pay dirt flow through. Rick agreed to the idea and emphasized how important it was, even though building was supposed to stop. As smart as ever, Barry and Scott looked through the boneyard for extra parts that they could use to make Rick's finger trap. This smart fix took several hours to finish, and Monster Red was now ready for a test run. The team was nervously waiting for the results and thought how much gold they would really find in Rally Valley. The group found an amazing 181 ounces of gold in just 70 hours, which was more than they thought they would find. Because of how well it turned out, Rick said it was one of their biggest gold finds. He told the team thank you and said he was excited to mine at Monster Red's fast pace to keep the momentum going toward the elusive 2,000-ounce goal. Troy Taylor, the owner of the land where Rick Ness is looking for 2,000 ounces of gold, gives him a chance by offering to buy the land with a 150-ounce down payment. Ness now has the most gold he has ever won. Kyle Lawson, a rookie, is in charge of a bold plan that makes an amazing 315 ounces every week. Rick is driven to succeed, so he makes a promise to own land even though there are problems. Mine manager Rick Ness staked his young career on a 190-foot deep-cut test drilling, which increased the chance of a $5 million gold hit. Rick is 800 ounces short of his goal weight of 2,000 ounces because the results haven't lived up to his hopes. Rick is worried about his survival as winter comes and the high-grade pay layer stays out of reach. He isn't just enjoying digging a big hole. Rick knows he needs to find an answer and thinks about the best way to reach his season's goal. Troy Taylor, the owner of the Duncan Creek house that Rick is said to be renting, calls him out of the blue. Troy makes Rick an offer to buy the land and puts down 150 ounces, which is equal to $250,000, $100. Rick is shocked by the offer, but he says he'll think about it and get back to you right away. Rick is having a hard time making a profit after spending a lot of money on new tools, so this offer comes at a bad time. Rick feels the rush and thinks of new ways to get more done and keep things going forward. He tells his team about a bold plan. He wants to run both wash stations at the same time. Rick talks to Kyle Lawson, who used to work as an iron worker in Yukon, and asks him to run a single workshop by himself so that this plan can work. Kyle takes on the job of running Rocky, the wash plant, even though he doesn't know much about mining. Because he is always short-staffed, Rick counts on Kyle to bring in the extra 150 ounces needed for the down payment. Since Rocky is back at work, Kyle is in charge of running the wash plant and filling the dirt by himself. He is in charge of the process and makes sure that the ashes don't get in the way of the flow. Even though it's hard, Kyle is able to process the gold and reports an amazing 315 ounces of output for the week, with 219.8 ounces coming from Monster Red and 95 ounces from Rocky. Rick is so excited about his huge gold find that he goes to talk to the homeowner, Troy Taylor, about buying the land. Rick is sure of his choice, so he agrees to buy the land and says that the down payment can't be returned. Rick says he is sure he will be able to pay back the loan before the end of the season, and the deal says that the fee plan will continue into the next season. As Rick gets closer to his goal of having his own land, he thinks about the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. Rick is amazed by Monster Red's digging skills. When Monster Red makes a comeback, Rick Ness sets a 2,000-ounce goal for him. A new hopper feeder gets around problems and boosts output to more than 300 yards per hour. As winter gets closer, things get more urgent, and Rick's determination to finish his gold mine project on time stands out. Rick Ness, the mine boss, has to do the hard work of bringing Monster Red back to life in order to make his 2,000-ounce goal. Within 48 hours, his goal is to develop and improve the plant so that it works as efficiently as possible. A big LRS feeder with twice as much capacity as the old model is part of the plan, along with a simplified design that doesn't have any extra lines. Installing it is hard, especially when a heavy chute makes the toe lift work less well. The group changes the wire to stop more damage. The updated hopper feeder in Monster Red makes it possible for it to do more while keeping the focus on speed and ease of use. Rick thinks that running the plant at over 300 yards per hour will make it much more productive. The team brings Monster Red back to life after a scary moment with a broken part and sets it up to look at Rally Valley's rich pay dirt. It's becoming more and more important to get Monster Red up and running as winter approaches. Rick is determined to be successful in his gold mining project, as shown by his desire to end the season on a high note. Rick is looking forward to the arrival of the new hopper feeder and the chance to make money from Rally Valley's deep-cut pay dirt, especially now that Monster Red is ready for fight. The major turning point in Rick's journey to financial success and the completion of his 2,000-ounce goal was the repair of the wash plant. The leaves changing colors are a steady reminder that time is running out to get things done, so the rush is on. The biggest gold weights of Season 12 come from Parker using Lucifer's wash plant at Scribner Creek to its fullest, which yields 337.45 ounces. Rick's team can now clean up 3 ounces per hour. Parker's team at Big Red is having a great week because 596.6 ounces are worth more than $1 million. The story gives a short summary of the problems and successes that come with gold digging. The team meets at Scribner Creek for the gold weigh-in. They greet each other and talk about what they have planned for the week. Parker talks about the costs of the process. He says that he had to pay $350,000 to get rid of his deepest dirt, which added up to $1.4 million. Lucifer, his wash plant, needs to produce more than 180 ounces to break even, which will be hard to do since it only produced 84 ounces last week. When things went wrong, the team made changes that improved the wash plant's performance and cut down on the amount of water it used. Torsten gets the 750 digger ready for Duncan Creek's rough ground by carefully moving the movable undercarriage. Things are getting more exciting as the gold show gets closer. Since Mitch fixed the plant, he quickly shows off the result, which is a big step forward. The cleanup from the 750 makes an amazing 337.45 ounces, which is more than expected and brings in more than $600,000. Now, Rick's business runs for less than 2 weeks with only 4 employees and no dedicated mechanic, which is very different from last year's average of just over 70 ounces per week. The difficulties bring out the team's ability to change and keep going. The story then moves on to Rick's cleanup, where he gets 3 times as much gold as before, up from 1 ounce per hour. The crew is happy about the success and points out the big steps forward that have been made. As the team finishes up and thanks each other for their work, the friendship stays strong. The gold keeps coming out. Mitch's hard work pays off, and Chris does a nice job that adds to the overall success. The scene moves to Parker's team at Big Red, where everyone is happy about their accomplishments. More than $4 million has been put into Mud Mountain to get to its rich prizes, which is making people more excited. Big Red has never had a better week than this one, with a gold reveal that adds up to 596.6 ounces worth over $1 million. There are many problems, successes, and trade. If you have watched Gold Rush on the Discovery Channel, the name Rick Ness does not sound new to you. He is one of the series' primary cast members, having appeared since Season 3. The cast earns a substantial compensation per episode, and you're probably curious about Rick Ness's net worth in 2024. So how rich is Rick Ness? From daring gold mining exploits to industrial highs and lows, join us on this intriguing journey into the wealth and adventures of the man himself, Rick Ness. Rick Ness, a major protagonist in the Gold Rush saga, is more than just a miner. He's a tenacious explorer with a desire to pursue dreams beneath the Earth's surface. Rick, known for his unyielding determination, rose to prominence after taking over as mine supervisor. His journey has been a roller coaster of triumphs, losses, and golden moments. Beyond the gold-laden landscapes, Rick Ness emerges as a man worth investigating, both for his mining prowess and the irrepressible spirit that drives his pursuit of riches. Rick joined the cast of Gold Rush in Season 3 and instantly became a fan favorite due to his hard work and dedication. In addition to his compensation from the show, Rick has worked as a gold mine operator. He previously had a successful singing career and has pursued business projects and investments, all of which have contributed to his financial success. Rick Ness, who was born in Michigan on March 5, 1981, had a diverse background before earning a name for himself in gold mining. Growing up, he learned the ropes by working for his father's construction company, where he gained valuable mechanical skills. Rick intended to pursue a football career after high school, but a head injury changed his plans. He then traveled to Milwaukee to explore the music scene. Rick joined the 357 String Band as a bassist and toured the world, exhibiting his musical abilities. During this time, he met Parker Schnabel, which would have a significant impact on his future in gold mining. Rick's early life and career highlights his versatility as he moved from construction to music and then gold mine. His different experiences provided him with talents that proved useful in his subsequent endeavors. The sudden transition from football to music not only demonstrated his perseverance, but also resulted in a fateful meeting with Parker Schnabel, which altered the course of his professional career. So, what contributed to his prominence? Rick Ness's adventure on Gold Rush began in Season 3, when he started as an operator on the rock truck and excavator. Parker Schnabel was impressed by his hard work ethic and commitment to the task, and he promoted him to foreman. Rick, as foreman, was responsible for overseeing the Indian River operation. His leadership abilities and broad understanding of the gold mining sector were clear, gaining him respect from both his peers and the show's audience. Despite his triumphs, Rick suffered a setback in his Gold Rush career when he made a costly mistake that resulted in a $50,000 income loss for Parker. However, Rick's drive to make atonement shined through. In Season 9, he made a brave decision to start his own mining crew. This choice constituted a watershed moment for Rick, putting him on track to break show records. With his freshly created staff, he enjoyed extraordinary success, exceeding expectations, and even setting a new record for the most gold mined by a mine leader in his first year. Rick Ness's climb to notoriety demonstrates his tenacity, determination, and flexibility in the face of challenges. The voyage demonstrates not just his professional development in the mining business, but also his ability to learn from mistakes and turn them into opportunities for success. Rick Ness has made an unmistakable impact on Gold Rush, not only as a good miner, but also as a leader capable of navigating the unpredictable world of gold mining. His narrative serves as an inspiration. demonstrating that even in the harsh environment of the mining sector, perseverance and a willingness to take risks may lead to extraordinary results. Rick Ness's career demonstrates the importance of embracing change and grabbing unexpected possibilities, which ultimately contributed to his success in the gold mining sector. Now let's look at the rise of Rick Ness's mining crew. Rick Ness's foray into gold mining was a watershed moment in his life. When he made the courageous decision to start his own mining company, he handpicked a team of talented miners who shared his unshakable desire to strike gold. Their voyage was not easy. They endured several challenges and failures, but their combined commitment remained unwavering. Rick's leadership abilities were evident as he guided his group through the hurdles of mining operations. His knowledge not only guided them, but also contributed to significant gold production, quickly establishing them as a force to be reckoned with in the mining industry. The rewards of their labor were not overlooked. The mining world and viewers of the popular show Gold Rush began to acknowledge Rick and his crew's outstanding accomplishments. This newfound success not only solidified Rick's position in the gold mining sector, but also opened the door to intriguing future prospects and collaborations. The emergence of Rick Ness's mining crew demonstrates endurance and determination in the unpredictable world of gold mining. The challenges described in Gold Rush demonstrate the tenacity required to traverse this difficult industry successfully. Rick's presence on the show and the rise of his mining crew have cemented his status as a notable figure, eliciting respect from viewers anxious for the next chapter in his adventure. Rick and his crew continue to make their mark, and the future appears hopeful. The suspense among fans is intense, eager to see what happens next for Rick Ness and his loyal miners. The story of Rick's ascension in the gold mining business is more than just finding gold. It is a story of overcoming hurdles, resilience, and the enduring spirit that defines mining success. Let's have a look at his net worth and earnings breakdown. Rick Ness, a well-known figure in the Gold Rush series, has made a sizable fortune from his participation in the reality TV show and his gold mining ventures. His net worth, estimated at $3 million as of 2023, is the product of a variety of revenue streams, the majority of which stem from his involvement on Gold Rush. Rick Ness's revenues from the reality TV show have been a significant boost to his financial success. Rick, a prominent part of the cast, reportedly earns $25,000 per episode. This big figure emphasizes his importance to the show and the value he provides to the viewers. Rick's hard work, devotion, and gold mining experience most certainly helped him negotiate such a profitable agreement. Rick Ness's path to financial success is uncommon, given his previous job as a singer before moving into gold mining. This change demonstrates his adaptability and determination to explore new fields. The show Gold Rush gave him a platform to demonstrate his abilities, and it looks to have paid off handsomely. In addition to his television revenues, Rick Ness is involved in gold mining operations, which adds another source of money. Gold mining can be a profitable business, and Rick's knowledge of the industry helps him succeed on the show as well as in his other businesses. His estimated net worth is based on a combination of his television earnings and mining operations. It's worth noting that while the published figures provide a look into Rick Ness's financial landscape, the real breakdown of his profits may include additional factors such as endorsements, business collaborations, or investments. Nonetheless, Rick Ness's journey from musician to significant person in the gold mining sector, as depicted in Gold Rush, shows the various paths someone might take to reach financial success. Rick Ness, well known for his role in Gold Rush, not only makes a living from the show, but also runs a profitable gold mining venture. This entrepreneurial venture draws on his significant industry knowledge, allowing him to apply his expertise. Managing his own mining crew has proven useful in increasing profits and diversifying his financial portfolio. Rick's net worth is roughly 60% derived from his income on Gold Rush. The show has been a substantial contributor to his entire financial situation. Aside from television, Rick's gold mining businesses make a substantial contribution, accounting for around 40% of his wealth. This diversification strategy has strengthened his economic position, providing a solid platform for long-term prosperity. The television landscape has likely influenced Rick's financial trajectory. His involvement in Gold Rush not only gives a stable income, but also allows him to demonstrate his mining prowess. This visibility not only attracts viewers, but it also opens up prospects for partnerships and endorsements, which increase his revenues. On the other hand, Rick's employment as a gold mine operator adds a dynamic element to his wealth portfolio. Managing a mining crew includes negotiating the industry's complexity, which include logistical obstacles and market changes. This hands-on approach not only increases his revenues, but also improves his entrepreneurial abilities, establishing him as a versatile player in the gold market. It's worth noting that Rick's multiple revenue streams constitute a symbiotic relationship, with each complementing the other. His appearance in Gold Rush not only increases the show's popularity, but also draws attention to his mining operations. Conversely, the profitability and exposure of his mining venture increase the popularity of Gold Rush, resulting in a mutually beneficial financial ecology. He has effectively diversified his revenue